Hello everybody, Elijah here, welcome you all to another Epic 7 video, and we're going to be playing some more RTA. Look at that. All these matches are pre-recorded, and since I'm going to be taking this season a little bit more seriously, like just a tad bit, we will probably be doing this kind of format where I pre-record the matches and then I voice over them for the sake of I can focus within while I'm doing this kind of stuff. It's easier to kind of like speak about it after the fact than talking about it while it's actually happening, you know? But yeah, boy oh boy, Briar is so beyond annoying. These are my go-to pre-bans. I cannot deal with Navy Captain Lane because I don't own her, and I can't deal with Briar because she is a little much. Like, I have Bihu built, and like, yes, I could use Bihu, but most people that are picking Briar are also picking some super annoying opener to be paired with her, and I just can't deal with it. So she's going to be permanently banned for probably this entire season until we get more answers to deal with her. Like, safe answers, you know? Because, like, Bihu to me is not a safe answer to deal with that. And unless you're playing Cleaver aggro and, like, playing fast and getting the first turn, it's very, very hard to deal with that unit. So, yeah. I don't even know what I'm thinking about here. I don't know what to do about AOL. So I go see Lilius, it seems, because I'm just like, and I'm thinking about Bunny Dom or Summer Luluka probably, just because like, I don't want them to pick it. And I don't know, I think Summer Lu, or I guess I should say Ocean Breeze, she is just a lot better for the most part. Like the defense buff, the ice cream buff, like I think she is just a lot more reliable of a supporter. And here we have a Rimuru that is missing 2 of his awakenings. But hey, don't underestimate it, because there are people who, you know, will use that as like bait, and the unit will still be like cracked. I actually don't know what Rimuru's last 2 awakenings are, or if they even matter. It might just be like HP or something like that. But yeah, I went for Spectre because they would need to get an AoE unit to deal with her. And then what else do I do? Ooh, LRK. Yeah, I'm kind of just like transitioning, I guess, to slower playstyle. Ooh, Selena would be interesting. Like, I only have 1 DPS. Oh, also, I'm wondering if you guys are aware, or if it's happening to you, if you play on an emulator, are you experiencing like weird like lag on your emulators, like on all emulators? Like I've been seeing streamers been complaining about this for a little bit, like just random like disconnects, things like that. All this footage is recorded before maintenance, so I'm wondering if after maintenance it'll get fixed. But it's been a little frustrating. And I was kind of debating on picking Bihu or I go with Winter, who I think is like a very viable pick if if I do enough damage to this like Lilius. Like there's a lot of non-attack skills, so I am gonna get my resets, you know? And they end up banning the C Lilius, which I think is fine. It doesn't really bother me too much. Now over here, I go for the Lilius. Now, I could have went for the Calric, but I don't think that would have worked out in my favor in the long run of this match. She resisted that, so, you know, that actually sucks. It's actually bad for me that she resisted that, but I was like, okay. This guy waves goodbye. I don't know if that's like a sign of like he's gonna one-shot somebody or something, but that's like an 18k Rimuru with 0 buffs. So I don't know what he's one-shotting with that. Thanks for the heal, Mediator. And as you can see, like, my internet is fine, by the way. It's just my emulator that I use or whatever is having so many connection issues. I don't know what's going on. But apparently other people have been having the same problem. Oh, and then we have our last starter crowd is gone, right? He's just goodbye, you know? And I'm assuming this is a ER, or maybe she doesn't have ER. Because my Winter has like 150 effectiveness, and she just didn't debuff. I was like, okay. She didn't stun, which would have forced Mediator to use the cleanse, which would have resetted my Winter, you know? Like, that was the plan, when you think about it. Also, I feel like this person is Alencia, like, main. Like, I'm pretty sure. Just because, you know, I mean, they pick Alencia, and I don't really think she is relevant in this draft. Like, I don't think she was the answer, in my personal opinion. But because I got my reset, I go stun the Cowrig just so that she doesn't get a cleanse. She ends up hitting me through mischance, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I could have... I guess it really didn't matter who I hit here. I probably should have stunned the Alencia. That probably made the most sense, like go for the stun there. The Rimuru was not going to do anything. He already used his, you know, and it's like a tank Rimuru, it seems. So, like, I'm not really concerned at all about what this Rimuru does. Also, if I were to have picked Bihu instead, I think I would have killed. Like, I would have had a safer... Like, it would be less RNG. I also don't know why this person keeps emoting. I don't know if they recognize me or know me, or if, like, and I don't want to, like, sound like, oh, like, people recognize me on the E7 ladder, like, I'm so, you know, famous or whatever. But I don't know how to respond. I think they're doing that just because they keep seeing my bar just go up and down, and they're just like, what's going on? That's what I'm assuming. I don't think it's because they know me or anything, but yeah. I go for... I do this to Rimuru. I don't think that was smart. I think that was like a waste of damage, right? How much do I do here? Like the fixed damage. Yeah, that was like, what? That was like a 10k. 10k, I would have almost killed Alencia if I did that to her. And I think Alencia was like the #1, you know, I guess target that could have killed me. Here, I just don't see Alencia soloing. I actually slowed my Ocean Breeze Luluka down to give her more tankiness, more like bulk. Like, I have like Bunny Dom as my like fast ER, you know, squishier choice, and then I have Ocean Breeze Luluka. Oh my gosh, it's like a tongue twister. She's like my tankier option to deal with certain things, cleansers. Yeah, there is not a world where you debuff her, like unless that's like 150 effectiveness Alencia, which is not, there's no world where you debuff her. But yeah, the match is basically over. Like, there's no way even if they kill, it doesn't really matter because Winter will just finish. Winter or Spectre will just finish off the Alencia from here. Whether it be stun locking her or just like, yeah. And then Mediator, because he can't, yeah, they're just done. They are just done. And look at that connection. Like, what is going on? Oh, and since the controversy, I should speak about this because I didn't talk about it at all. I didn't make a video about it. I think there was already enough content and coverage about it. Like, every single Epic 7 creator spoke about it. So I guess I will speak about it now, and that is the Awakened Potential controversy that took place. I have really nothing much to say about it other than I'm glad it got canceled. I am relatively free to play, Well, I technically am fully free to play. I used to buy like the monthly $5 pack, but I don't anymore. And I literally exclusively,
Another trial to overcome.
I just play free to play because the game is very accessible to do that. So I was like, why not do that, right? And if they were to do something that is tied to imprints or just stuff like that, I just would not really know how to deal with that because it would be very frustrating to deal with. Especially as somebody like me who plays this game in a competitive sense. Like I play to get better and to hopefully one day reach legend, right? One day make it to legend. That's the thing, like an end goal of mine for, you know, Epic 7, like getting to that like, top of the leaderboards. But I just don't think my speed here is there yet. Like I just don't think I have enough good speed gear pieces to compete overall. Like I have a pretty slow account, even though some of my speed, even though I have some outliers, like I have this one ring that's like 23 speed, like I have a couple like random 23 speed pieces, but they're not necessarily pieces that I can use reliably because they're on like some random set like Unity or Destruction or not speed set. Just like I have so many, like all my highest speed gear pieces are not on speed set, and it's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. It's just what you have to work with. Hence why my Lua's on pin set. It's not because I want her to be, it's because those are my two highest speed pieces, you know? Now I go for I start off going slow, and then they respond to me by playing slow. So then I started to speed it up, right? I pick Midnight Gala Lilias, and I also go for... I was thinking about strays and just like banning the Zeo and hoping for the best, right? Like just straight up hoping for the best. And looking at their units, like I think I could use like ML Ken, right? They all have to like crit me, like especially into that ML Yufine. And here is where I make a mistake that ends up being the right thing to do. I'm like hovering, I don't really know who to pick here. And I go for Lionheart, right? Like I tend to pick Lionheart. But that doesn't happen. I go to Architect Leica, who I guess is my highest CP unit. Which, by the way, if you've been following me and watching my videos, you're probably like, when did you get Architect Leica? You will see when I got her in a future video. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, I now have Architect Leica, so that's pretty exciting. Hopefully aggro comes back in session and I could use her more reliably, but she does put in work in this patch, as you will see. So I have to ban Zeo because he single-handedly destroys my entire team. And yeah, I just have to hope for the best. But me picking Arwell ends up being super, super clutch, and you'll see that because she's just a really good knight. Her barrier is massive, it's pretty insane. Architect Leica ends up getting the barrier because she's a light unit, you know. And we're just sitting here, yeah, it's just... this recording session was so messy with the amount of like weird lag and things like that.
Give all that you have.
So we go ahead and provoke the Rimuru. We gotta do that. Because I was doing this because I didn't want him to take escort buff, right? Because I didn't want him to have that. But it didn't really matter because he was going to get it regardless. Because I forgot about ML Yufine reducing combat readiness by a percentage. So I was like, oh, I'm fine because Rimuru was just going to take the buffs from Architect Leica, not from Green Lilius. But yeah, that 50% combat readiness reduce, yeah, yikes. Because I would have definitely, and as you will see, I would have 1000% one-shot that Karina if I could have gotten the full CR push. But I did not, unfortunately. So Karina gets to do her thing. Everybody has escort buff, which sucks. And they go in for my LiQWYD, but because of Arwell's insane barrier, it literally didn't even matter. My green Lilius almost died though, which kind of sucked. And here I go for the stun on Karina. When the game loads, I go for the stun on Karina to strip all her buffs away. So I don't have to deal with a defense buff, and I don't have to deal with the escort. Or it's not escort. Did I say escort this entire match? What is it called? I don't even know. You guys know what the buff is that Green Lilius gives. But yeah, I think I did like 22k damage, so there was like no way she was living. Like there was just no way. Maybe through mitigation. There's no way. Mitigation would have took off like 2,000. Like only 2,000. Like I will say my Architect LiQWYD is relatively good gear for like free-to-play gear. And I don't know, I might show you guys her build. If I remember to put it, either a screenshot of it here or put it in the end of the video, like I'll put her build there, if I remember. If not, then I'll probably make a post about it on my community tab. But yeah, this right here is just RNG, right? It's either I get countered to death, or I get good hits and I kill her. I did not get a good pull there, which would have ended the match, but it doesn't really matter because I killed her here. But if she was on Holy Sack, I would have died. Like, if that was a Holy Sack, I would have been so... I would have lost the match, you know what I mean? But yeah. Oh boy. I don't know if I've faced this person before, or just a lot of people have Knockball's legs as their profile card. Like I have seen that profile card at least 15 times now during the season. I don't know. Very original. Now in this match, you're going to see me just... my biggest weakness, actually. I don't know how to deal with it. I struggle so hard with it. And that is... cleave. As you can see, there are so many... I don't know. There's so many units I could have picked when I look back at this match. But we're going to see what I end up doing. I go for the Abyssal Yufine to counter the Faithless Lidica CR push. Also for the chance of RNG counterattacks. And then I make a mistake here. I pick Bellion, which there was a reason why I was picking it, but I don't think I needed... like, I think I should have not picked Bellion. Like, it was not the smart decision to pick her immediately. I just go for a Ambitious Tywin here to deal with the knockball, but I don't know. I think I could have played up this a little bit better. Lua was open. Like I could have just like speed contest with my Lua. Like my Lua is relatively fast. Like I could have definitely dealt with their knockball. I could have just banned their what I assumed to be fastest unit, and it probably wasn't even that fast of a unit. I could have just banned the Sid, and then just went in with my Lua, and they would have to either ban it or, you know, I could have like drafted around that, like went with Lua where I picked Bellion, and then, you know, counter pick with the last two, either get a speed imprint and speed up, or, you know, use like another Sage and Ball, something like that to kind of like guarantee that I at least have some type of pressure to go first. But I banned the Commander Pavel, which maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. Maybe I should have got rid of the Eligos. And the thing is, what happens here is why I should probably put my Belian on immunity. Like, if I can get the immunity gear, I'm definitely going to be switching her to an immunity set because of this interaction right here.
This is
because I
hard.
get turn reset due to this being, I assume to be an effectiveness Litica, and yeah. And my whole like cheese of them targeting somebody else and it's CR pushing the Belian up, like it doesn't work here because they, you know, one, Faithless Litica went first and they targeted the Lion, so it doesn't, the whole like Lance artifact cheese doesn't work here. And also another thing that ends up happening that frustrates me is that my Aiden, even though she has target buff, or the target debuff, she gets hit here, which ruins me, right? If she didn't get hit there and counterattack, that would have made a big difference. And I get silenced and pushed back. Like, there's so many things, like RNG-wise, that just, like, really ruined me. But the sit doesn't hit, you know, that's kind of crazy. And apparently my Belly, and she's the the highest attack unit on the field, which is pretty nice, I guess. She's dead. And all I could really hope for is sustaining, right? To put decreased hit chance on every, or not decreased hit chance, attack down on everybody is my biggest like win con. And I do get it on 2 of the people, which was pretty nice. That was pretty great. And then I kind of just have to hope. That's it. But it doesn't really matter because there's a defense break here, right? If I didn't get defense broken there, it would have made a big difference. But yeah, I'm dead. So, unfortunate. Unfortunate. GG. Alrighty, and this will be our last little match of the day. I think this one was a doozy. It was pretty interesting. Given their bans, I'm gonna assume they're gonna play aggro or cleave. Like, who bans Sage Ball unless you're like scarred, you know? And they also banned Lua, which sucks. My poor Lua pick that I rarely get to pick. What do I go for? I think I just go for Arwell or Last Rider Carol. Yeah. Arwell just because she's a really safe, tanky knight to deal with aggression or cleave. Let's see what they do. How do they respond? Conqueror Lilius. I am so sick and tired of Conqueror Lilius, y'all. Like, I really am. Like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of the unit. Ugh. And they pick AOL with her, so like to deal with like Ocean Breeze, but I pick it anyway because I don't care. We're picking Ocean Breeze, just deal with it. We are picking Ocean Breeze, I do not care. And what do I go for here? I'm thinking about a DPS or support that doesn't really care about AOL. I could pick Mediator, but... Or I do it? I think Spectre's a safe pick. Oh, I go for... I go for, Yufine when Aiden's up. That's kind of, like, not necessarily a smart thing to do. Because of Aiden, right? Like, they could pick Aiden, they could pick Little Queen. They could pick that, right? Like, there are things that they could pick to counter this unit. But... they have put themselves in a situation where they will only have 1 DPS. So they had to pick a pretty strong one here. And they end up picking Strays, which I don't think was smart. The reason why is because my Arwell could be on Holy Sack, like you don't know that. And if she is on Holy Sack, then your whole Strays pick just loses, right? Like, it ends up becoming a bad pick, because I end up Holy Sack reviving and then kind of lost the match from there. So Strays definitely was an idea, so I'm kind of like picking around units to deal with the Strays, because I'm probably just going to ban whoever's last, unless they just don't pick a good unit last. Because the funny thing about Abyssal Yufine is that as long as I survive, right, I'm perfectly fine. Like, it's really a matter of just surviving. And I pick a LiQWYD to deal with her as kind of like a counter. And I need one more DPS, one more strong DPS. And I end up picking Apocalypse Robbie, who ends up being like one of those picks that's like a good pick, even though it wasn't supposed to be a good pick, but for a different reason. And you'll see. It was actually really funny what ends up happening here in this match, because I completely kind of forgot about how some of my units are geared, right? Who has the highest HP? Little funny. And they picked Spirit Isoline, which is like a must ban. Like, I couldn't play against that. That's what they should have picked. And where they pick Strays, they should have picked Spirit Eye, to be completely honest. Because I would be in panic mode. I would not know what to do. But yeah, we go ahead and give LiQWYD and Arwell some HP. They're gonna do all the buffs. They're all faster. I also realize that a LiQWYD, because they have so many debuffs, he isn't really that good of a pick. I mean, he kind of is, but like not really, because, you know, they're gonna cleanse not the Narwhal's found debuff. And then he goes, and apparently the highest HP unit on the field is Apocalypse Robbie. Did not know that. Oopsie. Which I think was a good thing in the long run, but definitely was not picking her with the notions of her getting one shot. The plan was to pick her so that she can revive off of, you know, one of the units on the field. Like, you know, like that was the plan, but that did not happen. Abyssal Yufine gets sealed. I go for the strip on the Strays, and he resistance. Like, what is this? Like, is this an ER Strays? Like, I don't know. That really sucks, because I could have like actually gotten a little bit of damage on him here. Like, it wouldn't have been much, but it would have been something.
I'm left with no choice.
But apparently the Strays has like full F-res, because he just keeps resisting everything. And they keep focusing the LiQWYD, which I don't know if they're trying to like proc his passive ahead of time, but I don't know, that was a little weird. Here I am. They push back the Arwell, silencing her, apparently. I don't know. I guess my Arwell has like no ER. She apparently has like 0 ER, for, like, I don't know what to do about that. Also, I guess get Molodift here. And I don't land the provoke. It doesn't even proc. Just a lot of things and not working out in my favor in the beginning of this match. It's just really rough. They go for the silence. It pushes her back. Really sucks. And here I think they make a mistake. They make a really big mistake here. They seal my Arwell, which I don't think that was smart. And you'll see why. Strays ends up getting pulled in, which really sucks. He goes in again. And I don't die because my
what I do.
My Arwell is, not my Arwell.
Those who stray from the path.
My, what is it? Abyssal Yufine is extremely tanky. Like, she's like almost 17k HP and like 2200 defense. Or I guess 2200 defense. So I ended up surviving. And yeah, I ended up killing strays, and that was the match. Because I was able to live through all of that, I ended up winning. If she stealed my Abyssal Yufine, by the way, I wouldn't have gotten the seal. Or I wouldn't have been able to cleanse myself if I got sealed there. So yeah, that's going to conclude this episode of RTA. If you did enjoy, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next.